We're joined at halftime by new Tennessee head football coach Lane Kiffen. Coach, welcome unofficially, officially, however, to the Volunteers. And you've had, I guess, a couple of weeks, more than that, since you were named the head coach for the Volunteers. You hit the road recruiting the first day, and you've been pretty busy.
Yeah, we have. It's been 3 weeks tomorrow, actually. It feels like it's been 3 months. We've been so many places. I think somebody said today we've been to 12 or 14 states, and we've just tried to get in so many homes. It's so important for us to get there right now to understand the direction of where we're going with our team and with our program, and the feedback has been great.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your staff coming in. You've got your brother-in-law, David Reeves, coming. Your father is coming. I know that is really special for you.
Yeah, well, first of all, to get Monty to come was something that was really important to me because being an offensive head coach, the defensive coordinator is so important. So we set our sights high, just like we do in recruiting, and we looked at it as, well, who's the best defensive coordinator, not just in college football, but all of football. So we went to get him. And Mike Hamilton, our athletic department, helped us do that, and so we're real excited. He'll be there. He'll be here 2 days after their last game, and we'll send him on the road recruiting.
Yeah. Now, your other staff, how close are you to having a full staff?
Yeah, we're getting closer. There's a number of people that we have to wait for and figure things out. But the one thing that we know is we're not doing it fast. We're doing it right, and it's going to be a dynamic staff and one that we can put in front of recruits and recruits' families and tell them, here's the truth. If you want to go to the NFL and you want to be drafted the highest you can, here's a staff that can do it for you.
Now, the excitement level at the University of Tennessee is unbelievable. You saw the 20,000 people who gave you a warm welcome here today at basketball. These folks can't wait till next September.
No, it's been wonderful, and people talk about it and tell you and try to call you and say this is what it's going to be like. But until you're here, you can't feel this support and the passion from the fans, not just here in Knoxville, but throughout the whole state. It's been wonderful, and to go to Memphis right away to try to get to those kids because there's so many great players there that have been leaving the state that we've got to keep home. You feel it every place you go, not just the schools, but the drive-thrus, the gas stations, everywhere. It's a very passionate place, and that's the reason why great players have come here and continue.
Of course, again at halftime, Coach Lane Kiffen. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the Southeastern Conference. 2 straight national championships. You got Florida, who could win another one against Oklahoma. Just a tough league, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a league that you got to be prepared every week to go to battle, and that's why we've hit the ground recruiting right away. We've got to get great players to add to the great players that are here already, so that we can be prepared for that, to have the depth to do that. You can't just have the frontline guys in this conference as you can in some other conference. You've got to have great depth, and it'll take a little bit of time.
Florida and Oklahoma, I don't know how much you've kept up with them, but do you have any feel for how you think that game's going to turn out?
I'm not worried about that game. We got to find our own players, so I haven't even paid attention to that at all.
All right. Well, good. That's a good answer, Coach. Let's talk a little bit about recruiting, and I know we can't talk individually, but you came in late. Tennessee had a pretty good recruiting class, actually a really good one on the table. How many of these kids do you think we might be able to retain?
Well, first of all, I don't know that it was a great class. I don't know that. Some reports say that, or yeah, I don't really know what they know. So, we've looked at it, and there's been some changes to it. We've got to find great players, and so we're not worried about bringing in a certain number of linemen or receivers or DBs. We got to find the best players we can that can help us win right away. So that's our approach to it. We're not worried about rankings, or we're not worried about how many guys at a spot. Let's find great players that fit our system, that are great competitors and want to do it the right way.
There are some really good players on this Tennessee team coming back. Pretty good class to build around. And I know you've talked to them, but you told them when you got here, nobody's a starter yet.
Yeah, we don't have a depth chart, and we don't know anything about these guys as the way that we're going into it. We're watching film to evaluate, just to understand their athletic ability, but not evaluate them of what they were doing within the scheme. This spring is going to be huge for these guys to come in. They're going to get a great opportunity, a great evaluation through spring ball and the spring scrimmage, and then after that in the fall, we've got to push these incoming guys, these great freshmen, right to the front and see if they can stay up there and which one of them will be championship players for us and stay up there.
Well, I know you and your wife are expecting your 3rd child in January. Is that right?
Yeah, about three more weeks.
Yeah. Well, good luck, and thank you again for stopping by and visiting with us. And we're looking forward to football season in Big Orange.
Anytime. So are we. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Lane. Coach Lane Kiffen, our guest here at halftime. Tennessee leading Belmont by 4.